Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem B'Kakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in this gospel, bro. I lift up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is a lesson through the spirit. Several brothers that hopped on this already, kind of behind the 8 ball. But I did want to give my take on this subject matter as this comment here, which is just a bunch of feminist psychobabble. I mean, at the end of the day, it's irrelevant, and we've went over this thing several times, and, we're not going to pacify you women or you jakes in this thing that feel like we owe you something, okay? At the end of the day, the word of the Heavenly Father is the word of the Heavenly Father, whether you like it or not, okay? And it is what it is. If you don't like it, get lost. But I kind of wanted to go over this comment, even though, honestly speaking, I feel like it's really a waste of time to even repeat the shit that's really been said here, because this is just a typical woman, how they all think, even the ones in the truth. So, like I said, I'm gonna read it, but ultimately I want to home in on the post that the brother, not the head brother, but the brother from the main camp posted. I'm Juan Gabar. And as you see here, this is an Israelite man with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wives. Okay, and they all are pregnant. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wives. They're all pregnant and they all beautiful. Okay, now, evidently this is just an AI depiction of what we perceive to be in the kingdom, just our imaginations for real, because deep down inside we know it's going to be on a whole different scale outside of what we can depict. But nonetheless, the Lord has allowed these particular photos to generate so we can have some type of idea on what things may be like, though it will be far beyond what we can believe. Okay. You got Jake on this side doing this in different countries. So, but nonetheless, this is a beautiful picture. Okay, you see the Jake man with his 3 kids. Look like he may have 2 sons and a daughter. Then you have his 7 wives here, and then he got 9 wives here. They all pregnant and barefoot, and they all modest. They all look good. Now, the average woman, they have a problem with this because they have been taught feminism. Okay, and feminism, one thing, have taught women to be entitled and selfishly unjust in their dealings with men, because they believe that one woman is supposed to have one man that's exclusive to them. But that's not what the scriptures say. And this is a hard pill for a lot of women to swallow, especially if they're dealing with the Israelite man. Okay, I've seen countless relationships break up because of what we taught and what we teach according to the Bible, which that's all good because that shows you that the Lord wasn't with them anyway. But nonetheless, on this side, Isaiah 4:1 will take place. Now, will every man get Isaiah 4:1? Probably not. Okay, because realistically speaking, you're going to have so much going on at one time, chaos and all types of shit happening. So it's safe to believe that I'm not going to say a lot of men, but certain brothers may not experience this on this side because for the simple fact, it just how the Lord set it up. But a great deal of us will experience Isaiah 4:1. Okay, because your 7 women, it may be 7 women, it may be 10 women, it may be 15 women. You know what I'm saying? It may be 2 women, 3 women. Like a sister, she told me, she said she had a dream. She said I was like with 10 women. And she said it was this one in particular that just really wasn't with the shit, but she didn't have a choice but to get down with it because she knew what it was. But it was like the main chick. And I already know, I have an idea on who that is. But that just a dream the sister told me. She said, she was like, yeah, you had like 10 women around you, but it was the main one that was just kind of looking crazy, like she wasn't really digging it, but she had to give the program. And hey, you women, you gonna fucking fall in line in that day, okay? Your emotions ain't gonna mean shit when you see the type of death and hell and judgment in the bodies and the pestilence and the famines. When you see that these things are coming to pass and that you're not gonna have a hope without an Israelite man, you're gonna change your tone real quick. Okay, so brothers already had some scriptures up here. So I mean, a lot of these scriptures is actually the ones I would have pulled. So to save going back and forth, I'm gonna read pretty much majority of these precepts here and break them down. Okay, because I mean we all pretty much saying the same thing, but nonetheless, this is the mindset of the American woman. Okay, so her comment reads, "This is hopeless romantic." 22. Now, for one thing, just the title alone shows that she's in a wrong mindset because, for one thing, the Lord does not deal with romance. If you understand what romance means, okay, romance goes back into the Roman Empire. Okay, you had men like Julius Caesar. You had men like Agrippa, or just the Romans in general, that had this whole concept of romance dealing with monogamous dealings, or sometimes men or men, because it was very big in the ancient world, or 2,000 years ago, that Roman men dealt with other men. But you go back into romance, what's the etymology, or what is the root word, or what is the pre-word of the word romantic? Romance. Romance. Rome. Okay, and you know that we're in the Roman Empire all over again, and the Romans did not follow the order of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay, everything that the Romans taught and that they did was totally perverse to what the scriptures say. But when you break these things down, how Rome was a wicked pagan kingdom, okay, how it was full of wicked dealings, going back into Greek and Babylonian gods, you try to break that down to Jake that claim they believe God, they just go one out the next because their emotions are involved in it. So right there, it shows you that her mindset is not in the right place. She's speaking on romance and she don't even understand what it means, because her definition of romance is somebody loving her to the moon and back. And that's not how this is. It's not how that works, man. Okay. Monogamy is not natural. Okay, but yet Esau have played on the minds of our women to make them feel like, well, they have to be exclusively, or a man has to be exclusively for them. But that's not what the Lord said. Okay, that for one thing, that shit is unhealthy for a man to deal with one woman. That shit is unhealthy. It gets boring. It gets dried up. You get frustrated. She gets frustrated. And then these same goddamn women, they be complaining that they don't have no help around the house. Well, bitch, get you a fucking sister wife then. That's the whole point. So you can get a break. Because eventually your guy, you know, when he gets up and his vitality comes back and he's popping you fucking 7 days a week, 3-4 times a night sometimes, eventually your body is not going to be able to handle all that pressure. This is why you need sister wives. Okay, you need a wife, the kids, somebody's working. You may have a home job. She may go out get groceries. She's cooking. She's doing laundry. She's sweeping the floor. She's giving you a foot massage. Things like that. And then that way that it's not done, that way that one woman is not overwhelmed with doing all these things herself. But see, bitches are so wicked on this side to the point they'll try to take on all that willy-nilly by themselves and complain about it just so you won't have the affection or audacity to deal with another woman. Okay? It's literally 6+ billion women on the planet Earth and 1+ billion men. That means that you have you have like 1 billion women for each man, so to speak. If I'm doing the math right, Slakia, but every man can have 7 women and then some. But yet they're so selfish to the point they would let the other 6 billion women die off without kids and shit like that in order to just be selfish, to try to keep a man under their subjection. And then another thing too, when you look at this picture, right now, this is the cold part, and I always made this statement. Now you see this man will father all these children. That way, can none of these women come back and say, "Oh, I don't know who the baby's father is." But see, today's time, they would look down on this, but yet Keisha can go out and have 7 different baby daddies and not know who the father is, but yet she still feels like she's obligated to some type of royal treatment. You see, but in this case, they all know who the father is. There's no Murray, there's no paternity. You know what I'm saying? There's no going on fucking Oprah. There's no lie detector test. That's none of this, because they're all being fathered by one man. And it makes a lot of sense. But see, they can't get past their emotions. And that's the problem with them. They're stuck in their Babylonian emotions, man. And that's going to be a detriment to a lot of them in the time to come. So let's get 2 precepts real quick. This is the book of Ephesians 12, and I'm going to start at verses 1. It says, "Beseech you, brethren, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service." It says, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." And this is for you women. You got to transfer your minds too, man. Okay, it just wasn't meant for us to just get in order and you can just do what the hell you want to do. No, you got to transform your mind as well. Okay, it's in a man's nature to have more than one woman. It's just like when you come against that, you coming against the being of the man completely. We know the society told you that you're special and that everything is supposed to revolve around you. That's bullshit. Okay, just because a man takes on another wife doesn't mean that he doesn't love the one he has. He just taking on another wife. Okay, it's like I don't want to eat fucking drumsticks every goddamn day. I want to switch up. I may want some tomato soup. I may want a steak that day. I may want some jalapeno poppers that day. You know what I'm saying? I may want a consuelo one day. You know what I'm saying? But instead, you got to come home and you got to look at this same miserable ass woman that barely wants to be around you anyway, talk her shit and totally just destroy your spirit. Fuck all that, man. Bro, y'all gonna have to get in line with this because this is the spirit now. You know, and I heard women straight up say, well, look, if I got to go through that, I willingly let the Lord destroy me. Well, the Lord is going to hold you to that. All right, you'll be changing your tone real soon. All right, and for you sisters out there, or you women out there that love brothers because of this, and you let another man pop you, you're not coming back in the fold. You're through. You've already made your choice. You've already threw your ticket off the ark, so you might as well go ahead and continue to do what you do. Don't come back. But it says, but ye be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High, right? So you got to renew your mind, man. Okay, you don't have an excuse to remain in this Babylonian mindset. Okay, Ephesians 4, and I'm going to start at 22. It says that you put off the concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to deceitful lust, right? Deceitful and lust, because for one thing, romance is deceit, monogamy is deceitful. And your lust, you want to go out here, you want to play this polyamory role. Like you can never talk about them having more than one man inside them, but yet when it comes to you taking on more than one woman, you tell your wife like, look, man, I'm going to my other wife's house for 2 days. I see you when I get back here. Make sure this is this and this is this done. That bitch is gonna go out and literally, she's gonna call up her boo on the side. She's gonna say, oh yeah, nigga, you think you the only one? Okay. And before you know it, man, that relationship gonna go downhill. Okay, a man should never have to sneak around just to deal with women. Okay, and that's very disturbing. Men literally have to sneak around to deal with a woman. You know? Here this bitch get hit on by a boss and, you know what I'm saying, accept a promotion and take pictures with the manager and the fucking mayor and all this other dumb shit. But yet, when you're teaching the truth, you're the bad guy. You know, and if you want to get another piece of poon on the side, you got to fucking sneak around a bitch, man. Like, I tell any woman straight up, bro, like, if I'm talking like, look, I can. And then the thing is, I don't really take these women serious anyway. I stopped doing that shit years ago, for real. It's just like, what's the purpose? But you find that one that, you know, that captivates your interest and you be with her, that be your little girlfriend for years till that shit goes left. But overall, man, I tell a chick straight up, like, look, it's meant for men to have multiple wives. And if she, depending on how she's talking, if she's not with it, then that lets me know how far I'm going to go with her. I already know in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, she's already marked off the list. And if that means marking off 90% of you women in America, then cool beans. I'm cool with that because the Lord is going to give us clean women. But it says here, which is corrupt according to deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit in your mind, and put that ye on a new man after Yahweh, and created in righteousness and true holiness, man. Wherefore, putting away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor, for we are members of one another, man. Okay, so that's the point. Okay, put off that old man, and you women, you supposed to renew your minds too. Okay, repentance isn't just only exclusive to the man. That's exclusive to the entire nation, because we are a nation we have the nation of royal kings and priests, and you're supposed to be daughters and princesses and wives, man, and sisters. And it says, and be ye angry and sin not, and let not the sun go down upon your wrath. Okay, neither give place to the devil. So that's the point. A lot of you women are giving over to Satan. Now, naturally, yeah, you may get jealous. That was a little tension between Leah and Rachel. Okay, then also you had what was that? You had Sarah, and I believe you had Hagar, if I'm not mistaken, or was it Keturah? But one was the concubine, so to speak, because I believe that At a point in time, Sarah, she wasn't able to conceive until her old age. But nonetheless, Abraham raised up seed by another woman as well. And that was a little contention there because that's natural. Okay, like the brother, he made the perfect example. He said, look, if you playing with a toy, notice everybody else wants it. But when you ain't playing with that toy, then nobody else wants it. You see? And I've seen it, I witnessed it. I noticed that men that attract a lot of women, yeah, your woman might get mad, but she ain't really gonna leave you. You know what I'm saying? It just when she feels you entertaining that thought, or when you know your worth, that's when it becomes a threat to her. And instead of her, keeping hard or working hard to keep you and having confidence in you, she chooses to bug out, which get her ass put away later on. You see? But I've seen it, you go in a spot, women dig you, then you talk to one woman, then, hey, they all other come flocking over, man. Like sometimes when we go to a spot, man, them Edomite women be checking out Jake. And, Jake could have a few words and shit. And then Keisha, she be looking at Saul, walk right past Keisha, man. Like, I don't give a black bitch contact. I don't even give an eye contact if I don't have to. If they say something, I may shoot the shit with them here and there. But I'm not going to sit up there and be like, yeah, I need you to come. Unless I'm burning, unless Jake really needs to get off. And that's different. That's only how Keisha's getting dealt with. But other than that, me personally, I don't really give a damn about none of these women that ain't right. Because none of them ain't right at the end of the day. But anyway, let's go to Miss Hopeless Romantic's comments and see the man that she's talking about. All right. It says, I'm trying to figure out what would the women have to look forward to. What do you mean what you have to look forward to? Childbearing. Okay. You have a kingdom to look forward to. And this is a goddamn shame that this comment, this is like, what do you mean what you have to look forward to? You've had this kingdom to bro, you have been elevated and put on a pedestal this entire time since we've been in this damn captivity. And what do you mean if you had something to look forward to? You've got your consolation. Why does it always have to be about you and what you want and how things need to be catered to you? Why do it need to be about you all the time? What do we have to look forward to? What the fuck you mean what you got to look forward to? You got the kingdom, you got the money on this side, you got the cars, you got the jobs, you got the men. Okay, you've got everything. You've got the fake eyelashes, the hair. You got everything you've ever wanted. You got hot girl summer. Okay, you got thought culture. You got sexy red, even though that ain't really nothing to look forward to. But you have your liberty on this side. What do you mean what do you have to look forward to? In the fact in the kingdom, you're going to have all those things, but in righteousness, man, you're going to have the clothes. You're going to have the head wraps. You're going to have the children. You're going to have a righteous man. Okay, you're going to have the righteousness of Yahweh Shai. You're going to have the laws written in your inner parts. You're going to be good. But it says the men are looking forward to all these beautiful women having multiple wives. And it's just like, that's the least of the concerns in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, the multiple wives thing, that's just like an added bonus, an added perk. Okay, it's going to be so much more than just multiple wives. But see, she's so fixated on that because of her control. Because she feels that she's obligated to have some type of attention or some type of power over men. And you ain't going to have no power over us in the kingdom. And you're not even going to have this mindset. It says all these beautiful wives. And okay, so what? Like, what? Okay, when you buy a pair of shoes, right? Do you just want one pair of shoes? Like if I see a pair of kicks I like, a pair of gym shoes I want. Okay, and I might like that color scheme. Then I got that color scheme. And if you look in one of my shoe closets, you will see that I may have 3 or 4 different color schemes of the same shoe. You know why? Because I like that shoe. I just want it in different colors. Same thing with women. Okay, I might have an Israelite woman. I might have an Ephraimite woman. I might have a Judite woman. I might want to have a Levite woman. I want to have all 12 tribes. I want to may have a Zebulonite woman, man. But it says, and the men say this is how a lean, should live. But how would the woman be treated like princess and feel like one? For one thing, because you're not going to have that mindset. Second of all, it ain't about you. You're not that important. And I'm not saying that to be demeaning or anything like that. But once you understand your level of importance compared to the men, then you won't have anything to say. Just the fact that you're going to be under Israelite men, that's enough for you. Because with that comes being provided for. That comes with being taken care of. That comes with being rich. That comes with being accepted by Yahweh Shai. That comes with a plethora of benefits. Okay, just like when you get a good ass job and you have a trustworthy employer, he pays you a nice wage and you have benefits. Okay, and you're gonna have benefits being with the Israelite man. So we gonna treat all our women like princesses and wives. You know why? Because we're gonna have the time to deal with all of them. Okay, remember, the kingdom of heaven is not gonna function on a chronology of time like here. Okay, time is gonna be on our side in the kingdom. Okay, we're gonna be outside the realm of physics, so to speak. You see, we're not gonna be subjected to 24-hour day and getting old, and you gotta pay that bill, and you gotta clean the house, and you gotta make sure the kids are eating before 6 o'clock, and read them bedtime stories, and get them up at 6:30 to get them to public school, and do the same shit every day. No, man, we ain't gonna be living like that in the kingdom. Okay, that's on this side, and this is what you women have to understand. So all of you will be treated special. Okay, and on top of that, we're gonna have concubines. Okay, we're gonna have concubines. We have wives, and we're gonna have concubines. Okay, brothers are gonna have thousands of wives in the kingdom because we're gonna have a lot of children. You see, so you're gonna feel special. And it says, how do a woman supposed to feel like a princess when he is treating all these women like a princess as well? Because like I said, you ain't above the other. Yeah, you may have your favorites, but at the end of the day, in my book, y'all all gonna be, I ain't gonna say on the same playing field, but at the end of the day, you're gonna get your just due, your reward. Same thing with us in Yahweh Shai, man. Hey, the Lord, he ain't gonna, the elect, there's gonna be different levels to the elect. Okay, you may have a man that's over 100 cities. You may have a man that's over 50 cities. But at the end of the day, that's his portion. And he has to be satisfied with it. Even a man that brought forth 2 talents, he went and he made good on those 2 talents. So therefore, the Lord blessed him, man. Quadrupled his work. Okay, and you don't see us bitching about other brothers in this thing. Oh, well, why you praying to the Lord, brother, so he can give you a blessing? No, I encourage brothers to pray and get it in, man. Okay, because Yahweh Shai is like a husbandman unto us. And we ain't jealous over each other. I ain't mad at the brother in my camp because he's praying to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. If anything, if he ain't praying, I'll cuss his ass out. Like, nigga, go pray to your Lord. What are you doing? But yet, you women, you don't have the mindset that we have because you're jealous. Okay, you have a wicked mindset. Okay, it's all about you, and you're going to find out on this side that you was never the important one. Now, I'm not saying that it's not importance to women, but you're going to find out that you was never the creme de la creme. Okay, you're not rare. Okay, you outnumber us 7-1. If I have 1,000,000 diamonds, okay, and I have 100,000 rubies, what's more cherishable, the diamonds or the rubies? The rubies are, okay. That's going to be my prized possession because it's a lesser commodity, or it's less in quantity, so to speak. But quality is superior, and that's the same thing with men. Okay, silver is a lot more common than gold. So when you got gold, you spend it and you treat it a little bit more different with silver. With silver, you can expend it a little bit because you have more of abundance. Like I may have a 1,000 bars of silver, but I may only have 100 bars of gold. So I'm gonna go through my silver before I even touch the gold, because the gold is gonna be there to get me out of hot water. With gold, I can buy more silver. You see what I'm saying? But it takes a whole lot more silver to buy a lot of gold. So the rarity case. So you're going to find out that we're the gold, you're the silver. And hey, silver is valuable too. But you're just not as valuable as gold. All right. But it says here, it says, how will we always compare ourselves to the other wives? You ain't going to compare yourself. And even if you do compare yourselves, it'd be friendly rivalry and it ain't going to be no hate. You may say, oh, well, my sister wife is wearing her hair this way. You know what I'm saying? You may be dancing this way. So you may go out and you may come up with something to try to entice him a little bit more. Okay, he going to come home with me tonight. A little friendly, a little cute competition like that. But it ain't going to be no, oh, fuck this bitch. Who the fuck she thinks she is? Ain't going to be none of that. On this side, y'all do that dumb shit. But in the kingdom, you may see us shaking our ass a little bit more for him. And then you may look like, okay, I can top that. So when he comes over here tonight with me, I'm going to shake my ass 10 times more so I can really give it to him. You feel me? So it's going to be like a little friendly rivalry type shit, but it ain't going to be no cutthroat shit. She's sneaking things in here. Hey, baby, you got to leave this bitch. She ain't good for you. No, ain't going to be none of that. All right? It ain't going to be none of that in the kingdom because you're going to have a right mindset. And it says here, how will he always compare ourselves to other wives? How we will have to know our husband made love to other women. Shut the fuck up. Just shut up. We would never feel special. How is he speaking? You shouldn't feel special because you got too much fucking liberty on this side. Okay? The Lord is just. And it ain't about you feeling special. At the end of the day, just be happy that you were the man of the Lord. Okay? But if nothing else, be happy with that. And it says, and the men never seem to have an answer about this topic or care to explain. Well, I'm explaining it right now, baby girl. And brothers have explained it just like I am. It says, just like the men don't want to share, we have the same spirit on us not wanting to share. No, you have that spirit on you because because you're of the devil on this side. Okay, you have the devil when you on this side. Okay, men are naturally jealous because we're territorial. Look at the animal kingdom. Would a lion share his lioness? No. Okay, so let's get this real quick and to go into what she said. This First Timothy 2, and I'm gonna start at verses 12. It says, but I suffer not a woman to teach nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. You women are doing this on this side. Like the Fresh and Fit podcast, all them bitches on there talking all that shit, talking shit and jumping up and down, man. That's gonna be the end of that. But see, you've been given that go ahead to behave like that, because check this out. It says, for Adam was first formed, then Eve. We was first. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was a transgression, okay? So that's the point. You were deceived, meaning your mindset, feminism, the Gardanian pact, as we affectionately call it. That's your portion on his side, and that's off as hell, and that's of the devil, man. And it says, notwithstanding, she should be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness and sobriety. So your whole purpose of getting with a man on his side is to, for one thing, be delivered and bring forth children. That's the only reason why we gonna need you hoes, is because, for one thing, you're gonna have to bring back the 2/3 of Israel. And on top of that, the Lord knows that, we like pleasure, we love women. Okay, so it ain't about you. You don't want to share. You can not want to share all you want to, but you gonna share, and we don't give a damn how you feel about it. Okay, you better read the example of what happened to Michal when King David put her ass away for running her goddamn mouth. You better learn that. Okay, was King David unjust when he put her ass away? Hell no, he wasn't, man. He basically told her, shut the fuck up, and he put her ass away. So, you want to go that route? Don't matter. Be my guest. But anyway, Sirach 26, and I'm going to start at verses 6. It says, but a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman. Right there answers your question. It says, and a scourge of the tongue which communicated with all. And the evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro, and he that had hold of her as though he had a scorpion. So a woman that's jealous over another woman, even though that's naturally because we're in his flesh, it will happen. But hey, if she acts on that jealousy and she starts to sabotage shit, then that's a wicked ass hoe right there, man. And that's a woman you don't want to be dealing with. Okay. I mean, I know women that killed their husbands. I've heard stories of women mothers that killed their husbands, set niggas on fire, all because, he bought another child in by another woman. That's wicked as hell. Okay, men shouldn't have to be set on fire in his sleep all because he's getting some extra poom poom if he fathered another child from a different woman. That's okay. Men have done that since the beginning of time. Okay, Abraham, he had more than one baby mama. And I say it that way because that's what you women can relate to. You don't relate to being wives, but you relate as to being baby mamas, because really none of you is really wifey material at the end of the day. Now, some of you out there, you have the understanding and you're doing your best. Hey, we commend that. We love that. But the majority of these fickle creatures, they can't even, a woman in this day and age should never be put in a category as a wife. Okay, a wife is everything that the scriptures say she should be. A servant, humble, submissive, willing. She knows how to work. She knows how to bring value to the husband, to the house. That's considered a wife. Okay, a woman is just, or a female is just a woman or a person with the female genitalia. She got the woman shape. She has the voice and the body that goes along with it. But our mindset is so far from a wife. Okay, so anyway, let's go back to what Miss Hopeless Romantic said. It says, we would never feel special, and the men never seem to have an answer about this. Well, we're giving you the answers. It says, how does one woman supposed to feel love from a man who's loving on multiple women? Easy. It says, also, the men get the chance to try a different variety of women while the woman has to stay with this one man. What if we are not happy? So that's the point. At the end of the day, she's just basically saying, why can't she go out and hop on another dick if we can go out there and get some pussy? And that's really what that about. Because see, these women on this side, they think they're gonna bring that whole mentality into the kingdom. See, women like this, and I'm asking her, and I'm seeing her questions, but at the same time, her mind ain't right. Because she's asking this because this is what she feels. Well, if you can do it, I can do it too. Okay, well, be my guest. But you will never be one of my wives talking about this, talking about whatever you get bored. You ain't gonna never get bored with an Israelite man in the kingdom, because you're not gonna have this mindset. Okay, we just read in the scriptures in Ephesians as well as I believe Corinthians that you have to renew your mind. And in the kingdom, you will have a new mind. You're not gonna be thinking like these lower class women on this side. Okay, adultery is not even gonna come across your spirit. Your mind is gonna be so far from that shit. You know, you're thinking about on this side when y'all can ride the ride, but you ain't bringing that whole mentality in the kingdom, and you definitely ain't gonna bring that whole mentality when Isaiah 4:1 kicks in. Because when these women start to crowd around the men of the Lord and they understand what's going on, you women are not, if you have this mentality, we feeding your ass to the wolves. Okay, you come in my place with this mentality and you still asking these questions, I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm just open the door and point, get the fuck out. And if you don't want to get out, the other women gonna throw your ass. I'm gonna give them the authority to kick your ass out of the house, man. And they're to jump stupid. They gonna put hands on your ass. Hey, bitches be quick to beat up other bitches, man. I ain't gotta do nothing. Cause if I have to break your motherfucker, if I have to back break your ass in front of them, hey, it's gonna be something serious. Cause I'm not gonna play with you, man. Okay. But it says here, it says, if the man is not happy, he can find another wife and another. But if I'm not happy, it's not about you. Okay, fuck your feelings. It says I have to try to get picked by another man and still compare myself to the other woman. See, that's you comparing yourself. You know, and if you ain't happy, for one thing, if you ain't happy with your man, that's just too damn bad. You better figure out how to be happy, because if you belong to another man, you're not coming around us anyway. So, I mean, that's off limits. So what you gonna do? You better hope and pray that the Most High opens up your man's understanding so he can get this truth. Because a lot of you think you're slick, man. A lot of you think, oh, you got husbands. You hope that they die off so you can get with the man of the Lord. That's crazy, man. You know, that's like the what is it, Abigail in the ball situation, I believe. The ball was wicked. Lord put his ass to death and gave his wife to David, which that will happen in some cases, because I ain't gonna lie, sisters do have wicked ass men that they're dealing with. But that's just part of the curse, the burden you have to bury, man. You know, and have your husband is not giving you shit, and you know he accepts you doing the truth and helping brothers out, then you know the Lord may have mercy on that man. But if he's a bitch ass nigga, oh, I ain't fucking with, get away from them niggas, then the Lord gonna destroy that piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? But hey, if you can make it work with the dude, make it work. But it says the kingdom is also for the women to have peace as well. How can a man be at peace if she's constantly comparing herself with other wives? Well, that's your own mindset. That's in your goddamn mind. All right, you comparing yourself to other women because, you know, you ain't in the right mindset. All right, so this is the book of Jeremiah 30, and I'm going to start at verses 17. And this is what the Lord said. It says, I will restore health into thee. And health means everything from mental to body to spiritual. Everything is going to be restored. Okay, you're not going to be at discomfort in the kingdom, because for one thing, y'all going to have your own living quarters. You're going to have slaves. Okay, you're going to have people doing your hair, your nails. Okay, y'all going to have your little beauty things going on. Y'all ain't going to be thinking about our eyes like that. Y'all going to be occupied living y'all life and doing what y'all got to do, you know. But hey, when it's time for the man to put that shit down, then yeah, y'all going to be readily accessible. You know, I may call one of my wives. I may not have seen her in 6 months. This may be the one I want to go home to today. And I'm like, hey, baby, get yourself ready. I mean, she's literally going to soak and bathe in oils. And, I mean, she's going to have it already. The hot tub, she's going to have the chambers already prepared. She's going to have the music playing, man. She's going to have the bedroom with the satin sheets, with the purple sheets. It's going to be dope, man. You know, Jake going to teleport up in there looking all brolic, beard perfect. Nigga ain't got no patches in his beard. You know what I'm saying? Perfect height. That's one thing in the kingdom, man. I'm going to just be tall, bro. I didn't get blessed with the height on this side, unfortunately. You know, I'm built like a tall dude, but I ain't that. I mean, I'm not short, but, you know, I'm shy of the 6 foot mark that I thought I was going to be. So in the kingdom, Jake gonna walk around pretty tall for some time, you know. But regardless, it's gonna be a dope affair. And you women, you gonna love every minute of it. Okay, you're not gonna have this tainted, twisted mindset. Well, what about me? What about you? But it says here, in all thy, it says, I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds. Because this devil done fucked your head up. It says the Lord, because they have called thee an outcast, saying, This is Zion, who no man seeketh after. But thus says the Lord, Behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tent and have mercy on his dwelling places, and the city should be builded upon her own heap, and the palaces should remain after the manner thereof. And of them shall proceed thanksgiving, and the voice of them that make merry. It says, and I will multiply them, and they should not be few. Okay, so you have forward to look to child. You're gonna give childbirth. You're gonna have kids, and you're gonna enjoy your kids. Okay, you want to enjoy your kids. And it says, and I will glorify them, and they should not be small. So there you go, man. So hey, you ain't gonna be no bitter baby mama. You ain't gonna be like, you ain't gonna go and put Jake on child support in the kingdom. Like he ain't never here enough. He ain't here. He ain't here. He ain't spending time. He ain't pushing his kids in the strollers. All of a sudden you want to go down to the fucking courthouse. What you gonna go down to the courthouse and do? You just gonna go to your Howard Shy and say, hey, you know, this my husband, he's not here with his child enough. I need to extradite him back here, and I need to get more of his money. Get the fuck. Lord gonna look at you like, bitch, please. Howard Shy gonna look at you like, okay, what you want me to do? He ain't there, so what? And he has 1,000 other kids to tend to. You ain't, he got to come and tend to you 7 days out the week? No. Okay? And so what if you don't like it, man? You going to be all right. So, let's go here. A couple of these pre-shops. I'm going to go to Isaiah 60 later. It says, Isaiah 60 and 22, it says, a little one should become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. And I, Yahweh, will hasten it in his time. How is that going to happen? Okay, going back to this depiction here of this picture. One man, look, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 9 different babies that would be born in 9 months. So you got 144,000 men plus men. Then you got the 1/3. If we're all impregnating our wives, because like apostles always say, they say, look, the first couple years in the kingdom, we're going to be doing a lot of love making because we got to bring back these niggas on this side. Okay, so how in the hell can we be fruitful and multiply if I'm just putting one seed every 9 months in one bitch? Like, that shit don't even make any sense, man. This is why women need men over them, because it stops the confusion. Versus if today, when men put a baby in a woman, that shit don't work out. She becomes a demon. Then all of a sudden she gets popped by a whole nother dude. And now you have confusion going on. Here she's fathered. Here she's mothered a baby by 3, 4 different men. But this one man here has 9 different women that he's putting his seed in. How the hell you think our people got to be brought back? Okay, these are 9 different spirits that's coming back. Okay, and this is going to be going on throughout the kingdom. And this is why the Lord said that, hey, they should be like the sands of the sea and as the stars of heaven. Innumerable. So we're going to be popping our women all the time, man. That's why we got to have a lot of women, because we're going to have to bring back our nation. And then our sons and his sons, their sons, their sons. And the cycle repeat. Okay? Stick, move, shoot, and repeat. God damn it. And y'all going to love it, man. Okay, like every fucking 9 months, I'm popping out a baby. Like every woman I get, you know what I'm saying? My wives, they gonna have some babies. And some of you women, you gonna have octuplets. Some of you gonna have 4 babies, and you gonna have quadruplets. You gonna have triplets. You know what I'm saying? Because we gonna accelerate the pace, man. You may have fucking 8 spirits in you at once. You know, because in the scriptures, you got the concept of twins, triplets. So it's not above the realm of possibility to have twins and triplets, octuplets, man. You may want your baby to have, you may want to have your wife to have 6 babies at once to bring back them spirits. You know? So, hey, that's going to be the case. Ain't going to be just some 9 month born out process, 9 months. I got to wait another month before I can get my shit off to get her back pregnant. Hell nah, man. Her body needs time to rest and rejuvenate from that, because even in the law, I believe after you have like a male child, I think you unclean for like up to 30 days or some shit. Like, today they called it like it's like 6 weeks or something. The woman's what do you call it? The placenta or some shit like that. Everything is kind of repairing itself. So they say Like after you woman gives birth, they said not to have sex with her because for one thing, it could lead to infections and complications for future pregnancy, and she's like extra fertile. So I remember like after my child, when she was born, she ain't gonna lie, man, I started back sleeping with my baby mother probably like around 4 weeks after that. But I didn't get her pregnant again, to my knowledge. But it's 6 weeks, and I'm like, I can't wait the whole 6 weeks. It was hard then. So guess what I was doing? I was out having sex with other women. And did I care what she think? No, I didn't. Because you know what? At the end of the day, I shouldn't have to wait and put what I got on hold because she is recovering. No, this is why you have more than one wife, man. Okay, while she's recovering and getting her shit together, getting them demons off her ass, then hey, you gonna be dealing with your other woman. She needs something, be there for her. Hey, baby, can you pick up X, Y, and Z? Do what you got to do. But overall, man, you ain't supposed to be just around no one goddamn woman. This shit is irritating. It's not that you don't love her, but it's just like when you look at the reality of it, we've been reduced to nothing. All right. Genesis 1:28. It says, and the power blessed them, and the power said it to them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth and subdue it. And it reads, and it says, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. Okay, be fruitful and multiply. You can't do that just by dealing with one woman every 9 months. You see, this is why women outnumber the men 7-1. Genesis 9:1. And Yahweh blessed Noah and his sons and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, replenish the earth. Replenish the earth. Okay, you can't do that just by one woman. And the crazy part about it is you would tell a woman that and they would know. They say, well, yeah, we understand that, but that's the old time, brother. No, what you mean? The Lord ain't changed. What you mean? Just because you people have changed times and laws does that make the Most High don't change according to you people? Okay, Yahweh Shem Shai, he's a sovereign of himself. They try to use that. Well, that was back then, man. That ain't that. Look, man. Who you gonna listen to? Esau, the Most High. And they try to use that shit. And when you try to tell them to break down the scientific, logistical facts of one woman dealing with one man to multiply the earth, they can't tell you, because it just don't make any sense. It's humanly impossible to do that. Okay, it's impossible to bring back our nation if every brother have just one wife. When you got 7 other billion women out there, fine as hell, virgins, fresh, pretty, smell good, and yet you got this one wife that the only thing you can do is deal with her while the other 7 billion women spectates on that. What they gonna get? How they gonna feel special? You just need to be happy if you chosen. Genesis 35:10, it says, and Yahweh said it to him, thy name is Jacob, and thy name should not be called any more Jacob, but Israel should be thy name. And he called his name Israel, which means he is the prince of the power. Yahshar Allah. Yahi Shar, prince, power, Allah, power of God. And it says, and Yahweh said it to him, I am Yahweh Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. The 12 tribes of Israel came through 4 different women. Okay? Jacob dealt with 4 different women to bring forth his 12 sons, and really he had 13 children. But they only refer to, I think Dinah was his daughter. But you don't really hear too much about her. But overall, it was fixated on the sons. So he had 4 different women to bring forth 12 different sons, or 13 different kids. So make that make sense. Is that off? Is that a sin according to God? Well, you can have sex, but you just can't enjoy it. Shut the fuck up. I hate when people try to throw away the pleasure of sex. Sex is pleasurable, period. That just comes along with. How you gonna not have pleasure doing having sex? Okay, the whole point about why people have sex is because they need to relieve stress, man. And it says here, and he said it to them, be fruitful, multiply, and a nation and a company of nations should be of thee. The 12 tribes, and the king should come out of thy loins, and the land which I've gave Abraham and Isaac, to thee would I give it, and to thy seed after thee I will give the land. So that's a form of multiplying. Okay, Leviticus 26:9, it says, for I will have respect unto you, and make you fruitful, and multiply you, and establish my covenant with you. So you women have a lot to look forward to. For one thing, you have a lot to look forward to by being with an Israelite man, taking on that man's name, bearing that man's seed. Like, do you know how blessed and privileged you will be to be chosen by an elect man? Like you women that end up coming with us on this side. Do you know how that's a blessed position? That's a blessed position to be in. And we're going to get into that. Deuteronomy 7:13, it says, and he will love thee and bless thee and multiply thee, and he will also bless the fruit of thy womb, and the fruit of thy land, thy corn, and thy wine, and thy oil, and increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep, in the land which he swore unto the fathers to give thee. So you think that the women, you're not going to partake in this shit? You don't think you're going to have blessed of the land and the corn? You're going to have abundance. You're going to have food. You're going to have several palaces. You're going to have your own shops. You're going to have your own tailor-made business. You're going to be making garments, man. You're going to be hair salons, man, nails. I mean, Gook's going to be doing your nails and your toes, but y'all going to own shit. Okay, y'all going to have riches. Y'all going to have spiritual power on a lower level. Okay, it ain't going to hurt to give birth. Y'all going to be beautiful. You're going to have your real hair. Okay, y'all going to have that glow. I mean, golly, the benefits are endless when it comes to how you women are going to be so set up. And the crazy part about it is you had it good on this side, too. You had it beautiful on this side. Even though it was in wickedness, you had liberty. In the kingdom, you women gonna be straight. You have everything you've ever wanted. You have everything your heart can think about. Okay? Another woman's gonna be the least of your concern. You're gonna be looking forward to seeing your sister wives, man. Coming up with creative ways on how to please your husband. What he gonna like, you know? On the feast days, how y'all gonna come together and cook these extravagant meals and feed the man, please, boy, y'all gonna be good. You know, what vacation spot, like, you know, shit, I may just take 7 of my wives and we may just go to a far place in a far galaxy, man. I'm like, look, baby, we gonna spend, let's say we gonna spend a year here and we gonna come back before the Passover and do what we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? And the high holy days, of course, but you know, and just like, and the thing, we're going to be able to teleport, you know, but I may just want to space travel on a big ass ship as big as a planet just through space, man, and just with my wives, man. You know, we in this big space, bro. Like, it's like literally like a floating mansion. Because all the charity is a big house, man. It's a moving vehicle, you know, like a big trait, like just, it's just crazy. You know, we have a band up in there. We got heathens, you know, cooking the food, man, live band. You know, got jacuzzis up in that joint, man. We got drinks, you know, saucy drinks and all this other stuff. Man, we gonna have a ball, man. Y'all ain't gonna be worried about no other damn women. Like, man, you ain't be worried about that shit. You know, y'all sister wives gonna be very close in the kingdom, man. You see your man, you gonna giggle, you know, all types of shit. It's gonna be dope, man. Y'all wait and see. It's gonna be a beautiful affair. Okay, we gonna make them heathens. We gonna put, boy, they gonna be so envious. It's gonna be crazy. I can see it now. But it says, and thou should be blessed over all people, and there should not be a male or female barren among you or your cattle. So our animals are gonna procreate. You gonna procreate. Okay, you ain't gonna be like, oh man, I can't get pregnant. Nah, it ain't gonna be a barren womb of our people in the kingdom. Okay, you're gonna be completely upright in your perfection. Okay, so you women have a lot to look forward to. Now, let's go to the big one, Isaiah 4:1. This is the one that they despise. Isaiah 4:1, it says, in that day, 7 women should take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our approach. So where's the jealousy in that? Okay, where's the discontent in this? They see the hell when this place falls and there's no sign of it coming back in the food, and you got all types of crazies out here. You think that these women are going to really argue with us about another woman being in our show? Hell no. She's going to be willingly getting into it. She's just going to come in and hop right in. You know? And that's just how the Lord is going to have it, because peep this here. Isaiah 4:1, the New Living Testament says, in that day, it says, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, let us marry you. We will provide our own food and clothing. Only let us take your name so we won't be mocked as old maids, okay? And that's the point. Like, it's going to be a lot of dead. The scriptures say that the bridegroom should die in the wars and the women should mourn having no husbands nor helpers, because a lot of you Jakes are getting ready to die. A lot of you Edomites are going to die off, okay? And good riddance to you, because when you look at the mindset of these Jakes, Jake is just totally a disgrace, man. These Jakes can't be destroyed fast enough, in my humble opinion. But going here to the text commentaries of Isaiah 4:1. Now let's just get some understanding on it. So it says, judgment on the daughters of Zion and a glorious hope. It says, the desperate condition of the daughters of Zion. It says, in that day, 7 women should take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own food and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by your name to take away our reproach, okay? And the brother Ash, I believe he was from Tampa. I think he brought this out. He brought this out. And, I was like, wow, this is very interesting, because for whatever reason, it never dawned on me to know how to do the commentaries, but it was right in my face the whole time. It's right, slow, right? But it says, in that day, as a result of judgments of the Lord detailed in Isaiah 3 and 16, yeah, because the Lord is going to take away the Lord is going to strip you women bare. He's going to humble you. And it says, the daughters of Zion will have a few men to choose from as husbands. Precept Isaiah 32, when it reads, a man should be as a hiding place from the wind. Okay? A man, not no damn woman. Like I be in jiu-jitsu and MMA, and I be looking at these women roll around, man. I'm looking like, man, you women think you tough. I'm like, y'all gonna get took. Got some decent little women up in there, man, doing that shit. And it vexes my spirit because you got those simps in there. And honestly speaking, it's a lot of simps that takes self-defense, man. Jiu-jitsu. It's a lot of simps in that shit. Like, I really don't like training in jiu-jitsu if it ain't with the brothers. But, the brothers that really trains heavily in that is the brothers in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? I'm a curse my camp out. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with my camp. They don't want to do shit. Nah, them brothers are on point. They got their own shit going on. But the brothers that really train in that Chicago, I really don't feel right going to these other places because I feel like it's not hard to learn, but it's just a disconnect with these people. Everybody has this inferiority everybody has this God complex about themselves, like they can't get their ass whooped. And by me being a beginner in jiu-jitsu, I'm not bad by far, but my thing is, like, would they be able to use that in a real life scenario? And the question is no, because you got all them cocky ass white boys in there. And I'm noticing too that a lot of those places, a lot of those Edomites in there, a lot of them are cops, a lot of them are ex-Marines. And the place I go to, which, that's a pretty cool, everybody has a cool spirit. Everybody's, friendly and shit. It ain't none of that tough guy shit. Everybody is cool, but still they hate Jake. And they training that because they hate Jake. Like, one of the head dudes, he's a Edom. I mean, he may be a Jake. This nigga named John, I forgot his last name, John Mock or some shit. Pretty sure his name rings bell in the MMA community, which John may be a Jake. I ain't gonna lie, he may be a Jake, but, he got the tattoos and shit on his face. And I overheard him, he's saying, well, look, we need to get, this is how he talks, we need to get law enforcement in here, and, we need to train them up for free. Because also the Muay Thai instructor, he was, I believe he was like an ex-Marine or some shit like that, and he trains the police academy. Oh, and why do you think they do that? They training that shit to beat up you Jakes, man. That's what it's about, because look, when this society collapses, hey, Jacob and Esau is going to come to a head, but the Lord is going to give us the edge regardless of what they know. I mean, you'd be surprised on how many Edomites know shit, but when it comes to getting into a real fight, they get knocked out because they don't have that, they don't have that spirit in them, man. So I look at these Edomites training, I'm just like, man, y'all do all this because this is competition sport, but real life, y'all ain't gonna be able to do none of this on Jake, bro. Jake gonna fuck you up. Because in the back of my mind, when the cocky, arrogant part of me, back of my mind, I'm like, man, I would knock every last one of you crackers out in here. Like, that'd be going through my mind all the time. But, I have to humble myself because I'm a beginner in jiu-jitsu. And jiu-jitsu is not a light sport by any, it's not an easy sport to pick up. The more you do it, the better you get. Dude straight up told me, he said, look, man, you got to come consistently for like 8 months before you start to get the moves. But I get the moves pretty quick because I have a martial arts background regardless. So it's kind of come naturally. But at the same time, when you're actually rolling with people, it's hard to put those moves into play because you just don't know what to do. You're thinking jiu-jitsu instead of common sense. It's common sense at the end of the day. Repetition, right? Like, okay, you go for the rear naked choke here, you go for the arm bar here. It's really common sense. It's really chest with the body. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I say that to say this, to be women in there training, and I'm like, y'all don't understand how serious shit gonna get. I'm like, dude, somebody can choke your ass out. You ain't getting out of that. But anyway, it says, as a result of judgments of the Lord detailed in Isaiah 3 and 16 through 26, the daughters of Zion will have a few men to choose from as husbands. 7 women should take a hold of one man, so many men shall fall by the sword. Yeah, because there's going to be a lot of death out here. It says, and the 7 women will chase after 1 man, and 7 represents a completion. Some brothers may have 3, 4 wives. Some brothers may have 7 wives. Some brothers may have 15 wives. Like I said, the sister, she told me I had like 10 women with me. She said, you had 10 women with you, but it was one that wasn't feeling that. She like, it ain't feeling me. She wasn't feeling me. But the crazy part about it, in the dream, the sister wasn't my wife in the dream. It was just like a brother-sister relationship. Oh shit, that go to sister, that go to brother. But she said for whatever reason, the main chick was not feeling her at all. She like, this chick was looking at me like, oh man. In the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, I kind of see that. Because it'd be that one that's going to be the headache, man. The one, the main bitch, the entitled one, she's going to be the one that thinks like, all right, nah, nigga. But it's going to be up to you to help get them other women in line to do what they supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Because if I got to get motherfuckers in line, and I'm just speaking, just speaking, I'm just talking shit. But, you know, if it was up to us to do it, it'd be a whole different ballpark. But anyway, it says they would be so desperate for marriage that they would not expect their husbands to provide for them at all. You know what I mean? Honestly speaking, the men in the Lord, we ain't going to have shit but the spirit. Okay, we ain't going to have no job. We going to lose our jobs, our apartments. We going to lose our livelihoods here because they going to share the light on this truth. And they going to like, look, man, nah, you with that Hebrew Israelite shit, you can't even come up in here, bro. You got to step, man. It's going to get that. It's going to go there. And you women, you got everything. You women, you got savings, you got check-ins, you got all types of shit. Y'all gonna have the departments and all that stuff, man, and you're gonna have to deal. Okay, it says that they would be so desperate for marriage that they would not even expect their husbands to provide for them at all. It says we would eat our own food and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by your name. Instead, it would be enough to simply take away the name of the name of a husband, so that it would take away the reproach of being unmarried and childless. Right, as we read in Timothy, she should be saved in childbearing. It says, in a broader sense, this shows that it is not good for women to be too desperate for marriage. It says they may marry unwisely, and for the wrong ones, it's also bad when women do not expect their husband to provide for the household. That's not what that means, okay? Because this time, the Lord is only dealing with the elect. So this shit here, you can X this out, okay? Because women are really in this spirit right now, okay? Women, they don't choose good men now, okay? And they do marry unwisely now, and for the wrong reasons. And also, you got a lot of husbands that don't provide for the house. So women are actually in this mindset now. Okay, but in Isaiah 4:1 is going to be a different spirit out here. You see? But anyway, I'm going to bring out one precept and I'm going to end it. I believe I've made the point. Let's go to Jeremiah 30. What is it? 30 and 30. Let me do this real quick. Take that off. No, 31 and 31, the new covenant, right? Yep, 30 and 31. Yep, this is the book of Jeremiah 30. And I'm going to start at verses 31. It says, behold, the days come, says the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Not according to the covenant I made with their fathers in a day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, says the Lord. But this should be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. And after those days, says Yahweh, I will put my law in their inward parts and write in their hearts, and will be their power. And they should be my people. And they should teach no man it says, and they should teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord. For they all should know me, from the least unto the greatest of them, says Yahweh. And I will forgive their iniquity, and I remember their sins no more, man. Okay, so you women are going to have a renewed mindset. You're not going to have this old wives' fables tale coming into the kingdom. You ain't gonna bring that whole mindset in the kingdom. Okay, that whole mindset is gonna get stripped away here. When this place falls, that mindset you have is gonna be totally destroyed, man. We're not dealing with that. But anyway, man, Salaki, this was longer than I thought. Giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Lord's will you will edify.